People are storming Afghanistan. I am storming my kitchen. What do these things have in common? Nothing. Welcome to the Flipside of Crypto. Join me as always, Tor Constantino. Welcome, Tor.
Good morning, Martynas. Glad to be here.
Sorry for my little rant, but today I'm a bit pissed off, to be quite honest with you. I mean, there's a time and a place, right? Kabul just fell. It's an epic failure of the US government. It's an epic failure for humanity in general. And now we are having Bitcoin maxies saying, oh yeah, Bitcoin could be a solution. Please let me dive my anger down. Tor, explain it to me. Maybe this is not as stupid as I think it is.
Well, I don't know. I think the emotions are real, and I think your sentiment is correct. When we talk about the failure of the U.S. government in this regard, we've been in that country for 20 years, and every presidency has had a hand in the failure that's happened over the past 72 hours. The Taliban took control of Kabul after Afghan's government army surrendered without a fight on Sunday, and millions of Afghanistans are flooding the local banks to withdraw funds to find them closed, and they can't access them. To your point, I think that maxis are trying to take advantage of the opportunity, and they're trying to use it as an opportunity to springboard and advance their agenda, but they're minimizing the real human suffering that's taking place there by just boiling it down and distilling it down to just an economic issue of Bitcoin can save the day. The timing is very, very off and wrong.
Exactly. So I love this sphere. I love crypto. There are so many smart, engaged, just some of the most brilliant people I've ever met in my life are in crypto. But sometimes the whole ecosystem, the sentiment is just too quick and too focused on acceptance, dominance, and this is not the time and place. Yes, I agree. We could have Bitcoin being a safe haven for funds. Yes, it's a regime change. Of course, you could use Bitcoin or Ethereum or other cryptos as a way for you to reserve funds, for the Taliban not to take it away from you. That's a great opportunity. And it just shows that crypto, especially Bitcoin, is regime change averse. It is super sound money, to quote Michael Saylor. But let's not talk about this just yet. Let's let the dust settle and hopefully not make videos about, did you see that meme of people storming Kabul and it's about Bitcoin approaching 100K? I was like, oh my God, what are you people doing?
Right, when the giant aircraft carrier was taking off and Afghanis were falling off of the plane, that was in poor taste for sure.
In other failures, Spain. I mean, they issued warnings to 12 financial institutions. One of them is Huobi and Bybit. Why did they do that, Tor?
Honestly, I think that what they're trying to do here is they're alleging that these institutions are operating illegally within the country. They don't have the regulatory juice, though, to ban them just to seek legal action. In my opinion, I think that it's just the government trying to flex their regulatory muscles on these entities. And I think that they're just trying to get into the fray and show that they're the ones in charge.
Yeah. Are they though?
They can't do anything. So you're right. It's like it's a toothless, veiled threat. But at the end of the day, this is the thing, and this is a bit of a flip side take, as we want to do here periodically. I think that not all regulatory should be viewed as bad. This move was dumb. I don't, because it didn't do anything. But regulation is a validation of sorts, and it validates the use case. And I think that there will be some instances where regulation will help increase adoption and build trust amongst the broader population that we need to get on board to reach that point of that tipping point of critical mass.
Now, in news which makes my heart go yay, It's LGBTQ and Black Americans choose crypto to escape financial discrimination. I mean, I would not have expected that, actually. I'm very pleasantly surprised. Why are they doing this?
And what you're saying is exactly right. It's based on a survey powered by Harris Interactive Polling. Full disclosure, I actually worked for Harris Interactive for a spell. It's a reputable polling outfit here in the U.S.
Oh, of course you'd say that. Of course.
Indeed, I would. That's my bias showing. But we don't know exactly is how widespread the geographical reach of this particular survey was. But it's fascinating to see that 23% of Black Americans, 17% of Hispanics are currently invested in digital assets. That's great. White Americans invested at only 11%, and the LGBTQ respondents hit the highest percentage of 25%. That's remarkable. I would not have predicted those numbers as well. Maybe that's my white privilege. But at the same time, I think it's great news, and it validates the use case that disenfranchised groups can find economic equality within crypto.
So let's explain this to people a bit. Why should you care about this news, right? The reason being, crypto was created as an escape from the status quo. It's decentralized, demystified financial ecosystem, showing that these groups can actually have no barriers to enter into the market. This will allow more mass adoption. This is what crypto was created for, and we should all be very excited about it. Tor, I'm very excited about this particular issue. It's still an issue though, because are banks really allowed to discriminate Blacks, Latinos, Asians, LGBTQ members? Is that an occurrence within the US?
They can discriminate for any reason they want, and they don't have to. I mean, there are some regulations that are in place, but they could find and they could say, okay, you don't have a credit score, or you've only been employed for a certain period of time. They can find any reason to reject a loan for you. I've been rejected for loans, and I felt that it was unfounded and it was not appropriate. So I think that it can happen for any reason, and I think that that's the issue here. Is it gives them a way to get beyond the intermediaries and just get straight to those to that peer-to-peer promise that Bitcoin was founded on in 2009.
Fantastic. I'm very excited for this news. Not as excited, though, as I am for Microsoft, Alibaba, Carnegie Mellon University to build blockchain anti-piracy system. These are big players. Let's not kid around. What's going to happen? Frankly, this is the one story in our roundup today that puzzles me a little bit. Apparently, the U.S. software giant Microsoft is teaming up with internet giant Alibaba to develop an anti-piracy system on the Ethereum network. Yeah, it sounds great, and it's something that you would want to think would help. It's going to be based on blockchain based on Argus, which will allow contact tracking to the original source. But I just have so many questions about this. It creates more questions for me than answers. They're talking about the fact that the anti-privacy procedure is going to be collecting data from open anonymous audiences because the transparency and credibility of collected data has been a significant issue. It's not clear how that's going to improve anti-privacy activities. And my big issue is with Alibaba. I mean, Alibaba founder Jack Ma, he has very close ties with the Chinese government. Let's not kid ourselves. And it seems to me like having a fox guard a hen house. I don't truly understand this collaboration. That's the cynic in me. That's the former journalist saying, why is this taking place? I don't quite understand this. Since the US and China has such a rough recent history, and there's nothing to stop me from thinking that it won't continue to deteriorate, how do they think they could work together? Because China has completely different opinions on what is IP law. Many US companies are suing them, and now they're working together. This is fire trying to make love to water. I mean, it doesn't work in my head. But sure, I'm sure it's in some way these two tech conglomerates are gonna try and make it work. But I'm not too excited, I'll be honest. I am excited on the technological perspective that these giants are getting on board. But from a realistic point of view, it's not really gonna pan out, in my opinion.
Well, I think we have to wait and see. No, I agree. I think we have to wait and see. I think the factoid that 1% of Chinese companies have only pay for Microsoft software, although 90% of them use it. To me, I think that that's a very telling point, and it plays directly into what you said, that they have a different perspective on intellectual property laws.
Absolutely. And now, the piece of resistance, Chainlink and harmony. Oh, how I wish we could all live in harmony. Rainbows over here, but we don't. Especially in Kabul, US and China, well, all around the world. Tor, where's the harmony today? What's happening with Chainlink and harmony?
This is a bright spot, and what's happening is that Chainlink's price feeds are going to run and operate on the Harmony network. So the real world data that Chainlink's Oracle protocol operates on and thrives on will now be able to go back and forth into Harmony's smart contracts on chain and off chain to make decisions. Harmony it's a growing ecosystem. They're based on cross-chain Ethereum applications. Right. They focus on gaming, advertising exchanges, and decentralized finance. This is my opinion, the best news of the day that we're talking about. I'm a big fan of Chainlink.
Absolutely. Although I'm trying not to show any bias towards any projects, because we do have interviews with their founders. You can find them all on our YouTube channel and on DailyCoin.com. But I mean, you cannot help yourself but feel proud of the two projects which I think really have that engineer's mentality. The guys simply shut up and put in the work, and actually it's up to us to talk about them more, to actually show people this is what it should look like, you know?
Yes. And to your point, it's a very quiet, a very humble project, and this is just another link in their chain of success.
Oh, the puns. That's... Oh my.
I'm always thinking, brother.
Thank you, Tor. This show wouldn't be nothing without you. So, there's been the flip side of crypto. Thank you, Tor. See you next episode tomorrow.